I don't know who I'm going to tag for this video. And no, I don't play sitting next to my TV all the time like that. Just for acting purposes. Riskman2982? Alright. I think that'll suffice. Yeah, sure. That'll be good.
Well, you heard the good man. SlashersElite has tagged me in top 5 nostalgic video games. Because of that, I'm going to start this list off right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off this list with one piece of nostalgia that I will never get past. Now, there are Mario games that I like more than this one, such as Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, even Super Mario 2. However, this one holds a special place in my heart for... I remember when I was a little Risk boy instead of a Risk man, my mom and I would play this game together all the time. I remember one time in particular, we watched somebody beat the game right before our very eyes, and that very night, we could not sleep. We could hear the game taunting us, begging us for the same sort of completion. And that very night, we went and beat the game. Just the two of us, hanging out, playing games, like a family. Anyway, since then my mom's quit playing games, but that's quite alright. I've never given up the habit, clearly. Anyway, on to the next. Now this one might confuse quite a few of you out there, because you know that I play a lot more Nintendo retro games than I do Sega games. Well, now, I'm not saying they're not great games on the Sega Genesis, or the Master System, or other Sega products. In fact, I can name quite a few. But I was always a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. It's what made me get a Genesis. Now, that said, Sonic 1 was a great game. Sonic 2, superb game. This game, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with Knuckles attached to it, it is a masterpiece. It's got great music, great boss battles, great power-ups. It takes the Chaos Emeralds, makes them into Super Emeralds. Everyone gets power-ups, Tails, Knuckles, everyone. Now, as you see, I just died there, but that's quite alright. Still love this game. Let's try taking another stab at Metal Sonic there, see what happens. The actually had a storyline. Most Sonic games just had, hey, go save the animals from Robotnik. That was about it. This one actually had Robotnik trying to relaunch his Death Egg and take over all the emeralds from the island. And again, I just got murdered, but that's quite alright. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. This one was, in my mind, the best out of the entire series. Well, on to the next. You had to know this would be on the list, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, with a guy that has a Hylian crest tattooed across his back, you'd expect some form of Zelda game in here. Now, the tough call was between this or Link's Awakening. That said, I believe I made the right choice because this game had a storyline that just could not be beat. Now, the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening, great game. However, this one, where you save the princess right from the very get-go, that was unique. It's very rare in most games, even today, to save your intended target at the very beginning of the game. So this was basically unheard of at the time. It had 2 great worlds to explore that, of course, in true Zelda fashion, you could not explore unless you got all sorts of items to help you along the way. I'm trying to think of stuff to say here as I'm getting my butt kicked. But yeah, great game, great storyline, can't be beat. Except by the next 2 games that are on this list. This game. This frickin' game. This game, Chrono Trigger, could easily be number 1 on the list. In fact, in my mind, it's tied for number 1 on the list. But because I have to have a first and a second place, I'm awarding this one number 2, and I'll explain why in the next game. However, with its intricate storyline, its great RPG elements, and time travel mechanic, this game is ranked up highly there. However, one other thing it has that even number 1 doesn't have is this. Magus. Or Magus, depending upon how you pronounce the name. Probably my favorite video game character of all time. Sure, some may say he's kind of an emo, some may say he's a spoiled brat, spoiled prince, whatever, what have you. I find that he is my favorite character, even compared to one of number 1's characters that I'm particularly fond of. That said, this game has all the great things that make RPG fun. It has turn-based gameplay style, it has a storyline that is unheard of. You even feel bad for some of the villains. Magus himself is actually somebody you have to fight, possibly twice in the game. But, as you see, he's in the party right now. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. Let's just say that if you give him the choice to fight him, don't. He'll be a great benefit to your party. And you get to see this epic boss battle between him and Queen Zia, who, they have a history together. I'm not going to go into details because I don't know who here's played the game. I know the game's like 20 years old, and I know there's a statute of limitations on spoiler warnings, but I'm not going to spoil it for you here. In the meantime, listen to this awesome battle theme of Magus' theme, actually, as I beat the crap out of Zia's head. Ah, so satisfying. Now, in the beginning, you saw that Magus said he alone would be the one to end this. Well, let's just skip to something in the past, shall we? Here we see Magus trying to pull off what he wanted to do. And LOL, nope, on to the next. And here we have number 1, with my second favorite character of all time in video game history, Locke Cole. And this, probably one of my favorite scenes in any video game, the opera scene. This scene has stood the test of time. It's had remixes upon remixes. People have sung it both in its original translation and the Ted Woolsey translation. All in all, this game is tied for number 1 in my mind. But because it has 2 great, vast worlds to explore, and a villain that you don't know who is the real villain till the very half of the game, you just can't deny this game as being an RPG classic. I mean, even right now, we're talking about using the Celeste as a decoy for a intricate plot to try to invade an evil empire. Now, you guys have seen me play the General Leo edition of this, more than likely. If not, I recommend you go ahead and have a look. Fedora Joe, the author of the hack, did a wonderful job, and if you don't want to play it yourself, I recommend you at least give it a watch. Either that or check it out on another channel. It's great. It lets you change how the game is played just a little bit. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me the time of day, checking out what I think is the top 5 nostalgic games of all time for me. Hope you're having a good time. I hope that should you view this video, you consider yourself tagged. Hope you're having a great day.